What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another edition of Sports to the Wire. For those of you who are actually new to the channel, please like, comment, subscribe, share it. Sharing is absolute caring up in here.
Sharing is caring.
Got the other co-hosts up in the house, Beric.
What's going on, guys?
We got a big collaboration over here with Revolution and Revelation. We got the Revelator, and then we got K to the M, the militant philosopher, Kenneth Murray. All right.
Right. We got the boys on here. What's going on, guys?
Yes,
Welcome
sir.
aboard, gentlemen.
Big
What's up, guys? Thanks for having us again. Pleasure to have having to be here and chat it up with you guys. And,
Absolutely.
Let's get it on.
All right. So this segment over here, we're gonna tap back into the national anthem. Apparently, Kenneth and the Revelator, they wanted to get their input into this. Yeah, sorry for the background noise. Audience, that's my son. He doesn't want to go to sleep, so he's gonna be a side guest there, man. So
he's gonna be your side host right now. Gonna be your side host. It's gonna be your side host. But yeah, we just want to bring you gentlemen in because obviously we did this show last week, and we got some great feedback, and we got a little negative feedback. When I use the word slavery as opposed to the concept of the national anthem, it seems that the words that have been perverted was, well, I don't see it in the lyrics. Well, we brought these two gentlemen on to kind of explain why it is that way. So we're going to start with Kenneth Murray, and we're going to move on and have these gentlemen lay down the law on what's going on between the lines of the national anthem. Gentlemen?
Well, let me be very clear. When it comes to the national anthem, no one should be shocked about the behavior of Black people. Black people have a conflicted relationship with American politics. Let me explain. While America was celebrating their freedom, Blacks were slaves in the field picking cotton. The roots of the Star-Spangled Banner runs deep in the soil of slavery. The national anthem is a celebration of dead slaves. The national anthem glorifies a military victory. The national anthem is racist. The national anthem is wrong, and we need a new one. Now, let me be very, very clear. Patriotism and racism, these words matter. The ultimate expression of patriotism in America would be to eradicate racism from the American psyche and agenda. And that is my view on the national anthem.
Revelator, let's get your point on this.
I mean, look, bottom line here, man, it's just simply a no-brainer. Okay? You cannot forget the history of the country. You just can't. I mean, the national anthem obviously was racist. There's no question about it. And unfortunately, you have a lot of people in this country, our counterparts in particular, they're just trying to run away from it. They're just trying to run away from history. Rewrite it, and everything like that. So I mean, it's just it's a no-brainer. It's absolutely no-brainer.
All right, so I'm looking at I read the lyrics of the national anthem, 3 or 4.
I have.
And I don't see anywhere here where it actually
do me a favor. I want you to
slavery over here. As a matter of fact, it was actually written by a British composer in 1773
who was a slave owner.
Lyricless until 1814, when American lawyer and amateur poet Francis Scott Key set his poem, was it the Defiance of Fort McHenry to the music.
Do me a favor. You are, I don't know what you're reading, but the writer...
I'm reading the origins where it actually came from.
Right, but the writer of the Star-Spangled Banner is a slave owner.
Right.
Okay? He's a slave owner. The reason...
at the right... Well, okay, the music was written by a British composer. Okay.
Okay. Now, if you take a look at the Star-Spangled Banner, there is a third stanza that we do not recite. And the reason for that is during the time of the writing of this, there was a war going on. Okay,
For the Civil
and
War.
black people fought against America for their liberation. And the reason why that third stanza is not there is because it brings it out. It talks about a hireling and a slave. Okay.
All right, so how come? Listen, my thing is why this is being brought up now. After all of these years, black people didn't give a damn, and I think there's more things
No, that's not
the black
true.
community
That's
No,
not
but-
true.
than the national anthem. So why is it being brought up now? all of a
In
sudden?
1931 is when it was out. 89 years later, 2020, now there's an issue. The reason why is because it is time for America to actually look within themselves and take a look at that and say, we are better than this. Okay? Black people fought, bled, and died for this country, and you're still saying a song that they're slaves and hirelings.
And if
This
you
is
act
not
like
good.
you act like black people got no accomplishments in this world whatsoever. Black History Month is not about slavery. It's about
First of
all the
first of
accomplishments
all,
that black people actually achieved, man.
You cannot tell me I have a month. Every day as a black person.
Okay,
I
so
make
all
my
right, so
history.
the Puerto Ricans got a day. Dominicans have a day. We have a whole month. The Chinese have a day. We have a whole month, and it's because of all the accomplishments from black people, man. That
Listen.
not any
Okay,
other
but
race
listen,
has
here's a
listen,
question
listen,
for you.
guys, listen,
nuts.
listen. Hold on, guys, hold on. We fail to realize. Excuse me. We are forgetting that the reason why we're talking about this is because these NBA players came out and asked their owner, who happens to be Caucasian, do not play the anthem.
Mhm.
Why are you not playing the anthem? Because the lyrics, beyond the lyrics, support racism and slavery.
All right, but the
And
NBA
the
NBA has been in existence for like almost 40 to 50 years. Why all of a sudden now this is coming up though? Why do they have a problem with the national?
Probably because
the NBA and the NFL and all these other leagues are having difficulties right now in honoring what has been the relationships between the Caucasian people in ownership and obviously the players who are of color. And right now they have not been able to solve it 100% because of what's been going on, starting what happened in Minneapolis, leading on down. You're still having these problems. And right now the relations, they're trying their best to come up with this Black Lives Matter thing. Come on, it's not working out.
Well, you
At
don't
the
see
end
the,
of
you don't, Eric, you don't actually see the media actually stirring a lot of this nonsense up, man. I mean, how do they actually in a maximum security prison? How do they actually control people? They put the blacks
How do they
and blacks.
control people?
Yeah, how they control the inmates in a maximum security prison or in prison in general? How do they control the inmates?
Brother,
The
what goes on?
The prisoners outweigh the guards. You know, almost 40 to 50 to 1 in a sense. How do they keep them on the rack?
Inside there, you always had corruption. Some of the COs work along with the inmates. We all know this already.
They keep the blacks with the blacks. They keep the whites with the whites. They keep the Mexicans with the Mexicans.
You think that's what you watch too many of those movies?
Oh, look it
you
up.
watch too many of those movies. Now you don't look it
There
up.
ain't no movies. That's facts. That's facts. They have white groups and white groups. That's what they do.
What's
Guys are fighting amongst each other instead of trying to.
They're fighting amongst themselves, and obviously they're not separated, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I mean, come on. I mean, what is it? What are we talking about? We're not talking about what goes on in inmates and goes on in prison. We're talking about what the relationship between these people of color, our players, right, of color, and their relations with their owners. And right now, you have one owner that says, you know what, I'm going to go out and not play the anthem for you. Why?
Well,
why.
people are perceiving that as Mark Cuban shitting on the country, practically. You know, the country that he's actually made.
He's not crapping on the country.
No, I mean, I'm not saying I think that. I'm just saying how his customers actually thinks and how they
customers.
Yeah, people that actually watch the product. Yeah,
they're still watching that product.
I gotta say this. I'm of the mindset of saying that term "people of color" doesn't mean things when it comes to black people. When we talk about people of color, we're talking about people of color. We're talking about everybody else except black people. Let's just say it what it is. Mark Cuban stopped. We didn't want to, no longer wants to play the national anthem because black players asked them to. Right?
Yeah, but you have a Revelator. You understand it is league policy
not people
for them to actually play that national anthem.
Well, as far as I'm concerned, you know, the people of color phrase doesn't really apply to black people. It's just basically black people. Black people are the majority of the ones that are playing basketball and all sports.
You read the comments, man. A lot of people do not want to hear from black millionaires thriving in this country. They don't want to hear millionaires and billionaires complaining and bitching and stuff like that. They don't want to hear that nonsense. They don't want to hear it.
They want the docile, right? I know there's a certain type of a millionaire that they like if they're black men, and those are the ones that are docile, right? Those are the ones that they're basically don't mind cooperating with, because if you're talking about black men who, whether they be millionaires or not, you know, if they got backbone, they stand up, you know, to their managers, they stand up to ownership, you know, then those men, you know, are, you know, those men are the problem, right?
Well, they are somewhat of the problem, but you know, the only person out there right now that has any concept of ownership is Michael Jordan. And we're talking about in all major sports.
And of course, he's not political, so of course they don't view him as a threat.
Of course not.
As long as you're, as even it, what it looks like, what we got here is we've got a bunch of young black men who decided that they're going to stand up for themselves by asking their owner,
Listen, Revelator, how are they being negatively impacted by doing this though? I don't understand. How are they being negatively impacted?
How or who? The players?
Yeah, the players. You said the Revelator said they're standing up to this, and how are they being negatively impacted?
Look at the history of the song.
They still, I mean, does that negatively impact them? Does it cause them to actually not make any money?
So we're pocket watching them now.
No, I'm just saying. I mean, they still are. They want. This is something that they actually wanted to do. They're not saying, oh, because you're black, you got to play in a separate league. They don't have a white only league, and they don't have a black only league. You know, like back in the day.
Yeah, we do have a black only league. Right now, Ice Cube has a 3-on-3 league going on, and it's doing pretty good.
Just imagine what would happen if young black men today, whether it be basketball, whether it be football, what if they decided, you know what? We're going to walk away from the NFL. We're going to walk away from the NBA. What do you think is going to happen in those sports when those men walk away?
You're not going to have
a sport. Go in the toilet.
You're not going to have a sport.
What's going to happen. You're not going to have any sports because we're the entertainment, and they know it.
Yeah, we're the entertainment, and you know what? That's a double-edged sword on that comment. Yeah, we're definitely entertaining them, all right. I'm gonna leave it at that. We're definitely entertaining them. So when it comes down to a certain amount of players from the Dallas Mavericks asking their owner to stand up and not play the anthem, he chose to do it. Of course, he caught major backlash from a lot of national Republicans in that state, who I don't want to come out and put the label on them, but they told him right away, if you continue doing that, we're gonna force some kind of a mutiny against you to give up that team, and I'll personally buy the team from you. How about that?
You want to interject?
Let me be very, very clear. Black and brown people have been protesting and marching for justice. It is white people who are responsible for what happens next. Black people are American citizens, and we have a First Amendment right too. Some white people believe black people should find a better way to show their discontent. They want black people to shut up about justice and get over it and move on.
No, we want black people to actually shut up about.
That's not gonna happen. Okay? You don't play games with a rattlesnake. You chop off its head and then you keep it moving. The national anthem needs to be replaced. Now, if you want to replace it, there are songs out there that show the actual equality that reflects America. Okay, you got God Bless the USA by Lee Greenwood, the one that Trump keeps on playing. You know, I'm proud to be an American. That's a decent song. You have a song, I Won't Back Down by Johnny Cash. Listen to the lyrics. It's a great song. You have another song that's a little updated. It's called Citizen Soldier by 3 Doors Down. That's a great song. There's another song by Hank Williams Jr. called America Will Survive, which was written right after the 9/11 attacks. And then you have another song, America the Beautiful, which was written by Ray Charles. And when you hear it, you can almost cry because of the soulness in his voice. There are options out there. We don't need to have a song or an anthem that's 80.
All right.
Excuse me?
You actually think the national anthem is actually holding black people back in terms of
no. What I've said, and I'll say it again.
Achieving success in this country.
I'll say it again. The national anthem is a celebration of dead slaves. The national anthem glorifies a military victory. The national anthem is racist, and the people of this country need to vote or do something to get a new one, because remember now, it was the black people who fought against America for their own liberation. Okay? If you read the 3rd stanza of that song, which we do not repeat because it is politically incorrect, okay? The situation is that the song needs to be replaced. Now you have this ongoing narrative where it's a business thing, okay? How is a song keeping you down? You know for a fact that a song doesn't keep anyone down. It is just the rehearsing.
But why harp on it? I mean, because like I said, the national has been here for like almost 90 years now, and nobody had a problem with it.
Wrong.
And listen, if the national anthem actually
this is not the first time
success in this country. I'm with you, Kenneth, but it's not.
This is not the first time that this issue has come up. This is the first time that the issue is coming up in a Democratic presidency. This is the reason why it's getting so much pushed, because you have the liberal elite, the white elite, who are saying, I think it's time for a change. And black people are saying, yeah, there are other songs out there that can be an anthem.
All right. Well, we're gonna wrap this up. Any last comments on this, Barrick or Revelator?
Well, I think everything was pretty well explained tonight. But, you know, this is something that's going to continue to forge forward, and I hope we all have the ability to continue fighting, and hopefully one day the national anthem will change.
All right, this is part 2 of this conversation over here. And if you like the video, please like, comment, subscribe to my boys Revolution and Revelation.
That's right.
They have us on there.
Please check them out. Absolutely.
Us discussing different various topics outside of sports, and definitely check the channel out. The link will be in the description.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you, guys.